Well, I think, we kept talking about in every timeout and every huddle, like, we're built for this. And when you face really high adversity, which a 4 overtime game is a lot of adversity, you have to just rely on who you are, your character, your values as a program and as individuals. And that's why we preach heart, effort, toughness, celebration, energy. All those things matter in a game like this that is so tight. And two teams that wanted it so bad. Rice was incredible. And, I knew it watching them on film that they were really good. And they know how to win. They've been there. We haven't been there yet. We're trying to get where they've been. And you could see that from them. But, at the end of the day, our kids just made a couple more winning plays than they did. And that's a credit, again, to who we are as people, who we are as a program. Because when it gets tough, you have to, like I said, you have to rely on that. And we did. And because of that, we were able to get just an outstanding win for our team.
Talk about Octavia's performance with her 36 and those buzzer beaters to keep it alive in the first overtime and then second overtime.
Yeah, it's who she is. And again, it's how she's built. One of the reasons I wanted to recruit Tay, which feels like a really long time ago, is she plays with that chip on her shoulder. And she competes. And no matter who thinks that they can count her out, she knows that they can't. I'm like that too. Her and I are very similar, which is why, I wanted to bring her here, and is why when the game is on the line, I trust her. I trust her. One of those game shots that tied it, I thought about going to another player. I thought, okay, maybe we do a decoy here because they're going to all know it's going to Tay. And then I thought, what am I thinking? No, I'm putting the ball in Tay's hands. And that was the 3 that she made to tie it. So I trust her. She's put the work in. But she also competes better than probably any kid that I've coached. And I love that about her.
Hey, what's going through your mind there at the end of the first overtime, the first one you hit, when that play gets drawn up and the ball's in your hands?
There's a lot of emotions going through. It's like 50-50. You miss it or you make it. That's the game or it's not the game. But just as well as any other player, I trust myself as well. I know that all my training that I do when nobody's looking, that it pays off. And you can definitely see it today. Yeah, I even shocked myself a little bit. But it all pays off.
And then you got to do a second shot. This one a little further deep or a three-pointer. How was that?
That was very exciting. I always told myself I wanted to make a buzzer beater 3. So I'm close. That's one. But once again, I just trust myself. I missed the first one to end the game the first time. So I think my mentality for the second time was this one is going in.
Yeah, I want to jump in too. Like, one thing I think Tay's done really well this year to elevate her game is improved her three-point shooting. And that's because she's gotten in the gym. And so I think, at the end of the day, you got to trust your training. And I think that when it comes down to that, she trusted her training. She's put the work in. She's got more shots up this year than I've seen her, and it's paying off.
How much, if any, do the double and triple overtime games you had last year come into play today for experience?
I think you should answer that.
I think they definitely, or at least for most of us that were on the court, it definitely, we've been there before, maybe not 4 in a row, but we've been there. I think to us it was just like, it's another 5 minutes. We got to keep going, keep pushing. To us, it's another quarter. It's another time for us to get stops and scores.
What about going into another new week, got a couple of days off, kind of celebrate this one for a few minutes, and then start focusing on Old Dominion next week?
Yeah, Conference USA is brutal, and I mean that in the most positive way. We have really good teams in this league. You could see that tonight with a team like Rice that, maybe the record doesn't indicate they're really good. It's going to be a fight all the time, and our players know that. It is what it is. We move on, we recover, we focus, and this week is a big week, ODU week. We're rivals in this league. We've been in a lot of really close games. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be tough, but we're going to be ready.
Talk about some of the defensive heroics today. Kiki blocking 8 shots, JC just pulling down rebound after rebound again today. Talk about the defensive effort there, especially in overtime.
Yeah, I agree. I thought, I just kept saying to our team, offensively, our flow wasn't great today. Rice did a really good job in their trapping zone. That it's tough to go against a defense like that when you've had one day in 8 minutes to work against it in practice. I mean, that's what we did. We had to decide on, do we need to have legs, which thank God we made that decision because we needed legs, versus do you rep this over and over? We worked 8 minutes against it in practice. So it was difficult, and we knew that. But I just kept saying to our team, let's focus on our defense. When offense is hard or when we're not getting, things that we're accustomed to getting, we have to get stops. And Kiki is our anchor defensively. As good as, Tay is, as good as J-Mac is, Kiki is our anchor because of the way she talks, the way she communicates, the way that she protects the paint. I mean, 8 blocks is incredible. She was big time, and she believed that we were going to win. I mean, the whole time I just heard her, like, dig in, we got this, let's get this stop. And then, I think JC is another one that's really important to talk about. I mean, her winning plays that she made down the stretch in that game were incredible. From rebounding to, defensively. We hadn't repped JC at the guard for almost 3 weeks. We had to play her at the guard today because Michaela was out. She came in and made an impact and got a stop right away. I mean, that's what you do. When you're a team player and you want to win, that's what you do. And I'm happy for her and I'm proud of her.